Welcome, Bureau Nation, to the Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub. Here's your host, Paul Tipton.
Well, hey there, boys and girls. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Coach's Corner as we'll head into week 11 for high school football. And Vero Beach will finish up the regular season at home at the Citrus Bowl. But before we talk about that game, folks, let's talk about our win in week 10 over our district rival Treasure Coast, a win of 49-0. Coach, 35 plays, 347 yards of offense on the night. First half was absolutely spectacular, especially that first drive, Coach. I think he kind of gave Treasure Coast a little dose of their own medicine there with 9 plays, 59 yards, and you took like 5 or 6 minutes off the game clock.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good night. It was, and I think we've probably talked about this each and every week, that it's such a complementary sport, and that, you mentioned the offense and scoring, but, obviously all that is set up through defense, field position, special teams, and it all works together. But we did have those 7 possessions, finished all 7 offensive possessions with 7 touchdowns. And, we talk about those kinds of things as being, the ultimate goal. And I don't know that it very rarely happens that you have, that and the end result is what it was. But all in all, like you said, the first drive kind of set the tone. We were able to, kind of dictate what we wanted to do offensively. Yeah. And I think we talked about it going in, and I believe this coming away from it. I think they're a good defensive football team. I know that that's going to be hard for people to understand and see, but I know that that's a strength of theirs. But we had, a great week in preparation. Obviously, the players went out and executed very well. And they're not, they being Treasure Coast, they're not, I'm sure at the height of where they want to be and where they once were. But there's challenges to that. There's challenges to accomplish those things on air. And so to be able to do that, again, against a team that is very familiar with what we like to do and to go out and execute and finish each offensive possession with a touchdown, I was very proud of that. And a lot of guys involved. I just thought that the execution on the night was where it needed to be. And this time of year, it's so much more about us than it is our opponent. And I know that sounds probably very cliche-ish, so to speak, but it is. It's we've got, even though that we finished a lot of those, we finished all those drives with points. We've talked about the things this week that where we still need to improve, and so I think that's what it's all about.
Well, I agree. I think Treasure Coast had a good defense, but we've also got a pretty good offense as well. And your quarterback goes out there in the first half and goes 12 for 12 for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty nice piece of work. Yeah,
I mean, obviously EJ's continuing, to do big things for us, and both through the air and with his feet, and he's, an exceptional athlete. He's got, I think, his best quality, and we've talked about this in previous shows. His best quality is he's elevated everybody else's game around him. And when you have the ability to make everybody around you better at that position, I think that's what it's all about.
Coach, on the ground, I mean, again, 14 carries, 150 or 105 yards and 4 touchdowns. I mean, you're averaging almost 9 yards a carry. So a good balanced attack as well.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of shown throughout the season. Each week we've looked to again, to do the things that we need to do to be successful. I think we've established that it's rather than focusing on the actual result, what we need to do throughout the week to give ourselves a chance to have that result, for it to be favorable on Friday night, in this week's case on Thursday night. But I think that's been the key, and our players are. I just ran into somebody on the way here that, I was explaining to them what a fun group this is, how fun they are to be at practice, how much they enjoy being around each other and enjoy practice. And I think that just really, makes it very enjoyable for us as coaches.
I know Gary's going to ask a couple of questions, but I want to finish with this question. One of the drives you finished with EJ throwing a pass to Jonathan Hillsman. He got flushed out of the pocket. He rolls. And, I mean, what a tremendous pass it was. I mean, to be on the run and be pinpoint into the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, EJ he would be the first to tell you he was a little late on that. So we tried to stay on schedule on the play, and so he got a little bit flushed, but put the ball right where it needed to be. And obviously, Jonathan is a weapon out of the backfield, in the passing game as well. And so it was a nice way to finish that drive.
Coach, I think the thing that to me, when I looked out there and I saw on that first drive when you guys were going downfield, I was watching the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I really tell you the truth, that was well done. I mean, they did a good job of executing the plays you called, working on that. And again, it was like you had the continuity was there, the timing, everything about with the offense. It started with them. They gave the quarterback the time, gave the running back their hold. It was, to me, this line has come together, and you've got a great combination of different people. But that one Friday night was excellent.
It really was, and I agree with you. And we were, again, discussing this in Sunday's staff meeting that we've got 7 seniors on the offensive line that have rotated in there. And you know, you can finish it right there. 7 seniors. They've all logged a bunch of minutes, and they continue to get better in those combinations that we've come up with. I mean, we ran different offensive sets the other night with 6 and 7 offensive linemen on the field at once, just to take advantage of, you know, our strength there on the O-line. And so that'll continue to happen. You guys probably recognize this, being the football savants that you two are, that we'll have different formations each and every week that, you know, we try that'll try to give us an advantage or create an advantage for us, you know, whether it's in the run or the pass game.
As long as I see 11 on the field, that's good enough for me. Hey, by the way, congratulations, District 11 champs with that win on Friday against Treasure Coast. That sealed the deal for you guys, and has to be nice because that's one of the items you can check off the list.
No doubt. I mean, you know, like I said, it's something when you look back on is always one of those that you're looking to get accomplished. And if you do the things that you set out to do each and every week, that should happen. And you know, we're fortunate and feel great about that. But obviously, have some things that we'd like to get to here down the road as well.
9-0 sounds pretty good. District champion sounds even better. And we got one more game to go on the regular season schedule before we can turn our attention to postseason. When we come back, we're going to talk to our Scott Sporting Good players of the game. Coach's Corner continues right after this.
Comfort Zone AC and Heating of Vero Beach has been servicing Indian River County for over 40 years, using only certified technicians. As a Christian, family, and veteran-owned and operated business, they offer comprehensive air conditioning, heating, and indoor air quality solutions to their clients. Online at ComfortZoneACNow.com. Proud supporters of Fighting Indians.
Thanks to Longevity Rehab Centers in Vero Beach and Sebastian, owned by locals whose mission is to help heal those who are hurting with a goal of getting them back to a productive life. Longevity Rehab has built a reputation of trust with their clients from the top down, offering both physical and massage therapy designed to restore, relieve, or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, Cigna, United Healthcare, Health First, Medicare, and most insurances are accepted. LongevityRehab.com.
The Fighting Indians rely on teamwork, and so does Christian FM. One of those teammates is Scott Sporting Goods. Scott Sporting Goods features an array of sporting equipment, including clothes and shoes. They are also the ones that fit our Fighting Indians broadcast team with the Fighting Indians apparel. Located in downtown Vero Beach, 1407 20th Street. Their phone number is 778-0661. Thanks to Scott Sporting Goods.
The McCall Agency, Inc. owner is a 4th-generation Vero Beach resident and big supporter of the community and the Fighting Indians. The McCall Agency, Inc. is an independent agency and broker whose motto is securing your future one policy at a time. To learn more about personal, commercial, life, or health insurance services, Ron McCall can be reached at 772-473-6856 or McCallagencyinc.com.
Christian FM is supported by Caribbean Lawn and Landscaping Incorporated, providing licensed and insured services in Vero Beach since 1991. Their services include lawn care, landscape design, irrigation, pest and termite control, mosquito misting systems, and seasonal preparation. Caribbean Lawn and Landscaping takes pride in always keeping your property looking its best. 772-569-8680 or CaribbeanLawn.com.
The Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub.
Well, here we are. Week 10 is completed now with a 49-0 win over Treasure Coast. Vero Beach earns its district title for District 11, and we get to turn our attention to Week 11, where we will face Somerset Academy at home. It's a Thursday night game, by the way, so make sure to note that. We've only got a couple of days before we get to game day back at the Citrus Bowl, kickoff at 7 p.m., so you still got time to get tickets and make your plans to be there as we'll finish up the regular season. And in a couple of weeks, we turn our attention to postseason play. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But one of the guys that helped us get a win on Friday night against Treasure Coast and get that district title is my man, Trey Woods. And, buddy, it's good to have you back. It's been a while since we've talked to you. Hey, congratulations on the win and getting the district title. How'd that feel?
Good. It felt great winning.
Yeah, it's always good when we go 3-0 in the district, because those are guys that we know, you guys know, you've played some ball with them, and so I would imagine that when you get on the field before the game, there's probably a little bit of chatter that's going on the field, huh?
Yeah, I know some of them boys over there at TC, but I wasn't paying no attention and talking. I was just trying to win district champs,
Yeah, well, of course, the best way to talk is just point to that scoreboard at the end and go, hey, look, 49-0. Right, walk out. Yeah. So, how about a year you have it, man? Now, last year you were kind of splitting a little bit of time, but mostly playing a little defense and some special teams. This year you've really been focusing on the offensive side, and because of that, you're leading the offense in receptions with 31. You're just a little bit behind on your boy Zay with yardage. But how about 6 touchdowns, man? What a season you have, and what's it been like for you?
It's been great being on offense. Finally. That's what I wanted to be at. But Coach Jay, he's just been putting us like Monday through Thursday. We just been practicing good. Everybody running the good plays. EJ, he stepped up at quarterback. That way, he a real leader. He done taught me a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Coach Jay done taught me. He done taught me more details and stuff. So we just been practicing Monday, Thursday, dominating, and Friday we just have fun for real.
Yeah, no, you guys have, man, and it's been fun to watch. I mean, man, you think about how many games we've played so far, and different experiences for each one of those, man. I mean, think back to the O'Galley game, to the Buchholz game, traveling up to Gainesville, and what a finish that was. Last minute touchdown with your boy Clutch there, and trying to get that win, and then obviously winning your district ball games. But hey, you're really a talented player, and what I really admire about you is like when you get the ball in your hands, you're always looking to score. You're looking to make moves.
Yes, sir.
And so talk to us a little bit about, you got to have vision to be able to make those moves and whatnot. So when you catch the ball, what are you looking for?
When I catch the ball, I just be wanting to go score for it, like you said. But I got to start catching the ball and getting up the field sometimes. Stop doing too much moves. I think I be losing some yardage when I do too much moves. So I'm going to start catching the ball, going straight up the field.
Yeah, sometimes it can backfire on you a little bit. You try to reverse field, trying to make a big play, and it ends up biting you. But, one of the things that we hear Coach talk about, is about watching the guys when they don't have the ball in their hands. What are they doing as a receiver? And, of course, you guys work on this day in and day out about making sure you're staying on blocks. Yeah. So what kind of drills do you do to try to make sure you're being the best blocker out there?
So we have a drill. We block all the receivers. We got slots on one side and bigs on the other side. We run through and chop our feet, and we always stay on block. So I just try to get my body on the person. I always just show more effort, even if they bigger or not. Just give effort and block.
So if we had to line you up with Big Champ.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it a time. I'll do it a big time. You already know that. I'll do it a big
That'd be kind of fun. We might have to turn that into a pay-per-view event,
Yeah,
Woods versus Champ. There we go. Yeah, I like it, man. Hey, it's hard to believe that we're almost near the end of the regular season. Yeah. It's not going to be the end of the road for Vero at this point because we've got postseason on our minds for sure. But you got Somerset coming in. What do you know about them?
We have started our practice Monday. We know they do a similar defense to like TC, the one high. So we've been doing some man beaters and zone beaters. We just really they got like a good team. They got athletes, but we just need to do what we do every day, and we gonna be good. Because
a game that's going to be on Thursday, so it's a shorter week for us, obviously. But for you, I mean, how has that changed? What's practice been like? How are things changed now having a game on Thursday instead of Friday?
Oh yeah, we've been practicing hard. Like today, we was practicing hard. We was all out there having good competition. Everybody practiced 100%. Like 101s today, a couple guys was mad and stuff. So we've been practicing hard, and everybody on the same page. So I feel like we great.
All right, man. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here, man.
Yes, sir.
It's been a great season for you
Yes,
so
sir.
far. Looking for a few more special moments to talk about for sure. And
Yes, sir.
when you get a chance on Thursday, talk to those two guys on the sideline. They're the ones that pick the players of the game, all right? So
All
you
right.
got to bend their ear a little bit. All right, yeah.
Yes,
Talking
sir.
about you, Matt and Derek. That's who we're talking about, all right? All right, guys. All right, we got Trey Woods, our Scott Sporting Good players of the game. Gary and Coach going to come back in just a moment. Coach's Corner right after this.
Yes. Linus Cadillac Buick GMC of Vero Beach has been a part of the community for over 2 decades and proudly supports our Fighting Indians. It's important to put the best team on the field to ensure a winning season. Linus Cadillac Buick GMC fields a lineup that all fans can agree has championship pedigree. From the 2025 Cadillac Escalades to the new XT5 Luxury Optic Sport 2, late model pre-owned vehicles too. 1401 Highway 1, Vero Beach, LinusCadillac.com.
Durfee's Heating and Cooling, a longtime friend and supporter of Christian FM. Durfee's Heating and Cooling offers air conditioning repairs, maintenance, and new installations. Family owned and operated, serving the Treasure Coast area. Durfee's Heating and Cooling, 772-971-5884.
HBS Glass is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians Athletics and Christian FM. Since 1973, HBS Glass has served homeowners, architects, and contractors in the Vero Beach area. HBS Glass offers hurricane impact windows and doors. HBS Glass, 722 3rd Place or hbsglass.com. Thanks to HBS Glass.
Cafe 66, located on US 1 just south of 8th Street. At Cafe 66, our breakfast menu is all about variety. From biscuits and gravy to country fried steak and eggs to Nutella stuffed French toast. Our lunch and dinner menus have something for everyone, from barbecue platters to unique burgers. Our hours online at cafe66vero.com. We proudly support the Fighting Indians.
Molinari Pools is a proud supporter of Fighting Indians football and Christian FM. A family-owned and operated business, the Molinari family, longtime members of this community. Joel Molinari, a former Fighting Indian, loves serving the Treasure Coast residents from pool cleaning to repairs to pool remodeling. Molinari Pools. Love people, love pools. 772-778-2633 or molinaripools.com.
Christian FM can put this game on the radio thanks to the support of businesses like Chuck Bateman State Farm Insurance in Vero Beach. Chuck's goal is to create an atmosphere where customers can talk about what's important to them. He's also a huge supporter of our local chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chuck's phone is 567-1106 or chuckbatemaninsurance.com.
The Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub.
10 weeks are down. Now we go to week 11. Somerset Academy's coming to the Citrus Bowl on Thursday night. Kickoff at 7 p.m. Coach, I'll tell you what I know. They're 4-5. They look to be 8th seed in their respective bracket for Class 3A down in Region 4. What I saw on stat-wise, looks like they got a pretty good ground game that's mixed with a little bit pass. That's what I know. What do you know?
Yeah, I mean, they've got some good players, some very talented players, particularly number one, he does a lot for him out of the backfield. Tremendous athlete. He lines up in the slot. They try to get him the ball different ways. Very similar to earlier in the season when we played Buchholz. They had number 13 where they moved him around a lot, and the offense was predicated around him. I've seen a lot of that with their number one. So he's a talented guy. We've got to make sure that we've got that part of it figured out. Defensively, they've got athletes. I've been impressed with what they've done in the secondary. They played Miami Central last week, and the game didn't turn out favorable. But you see some of what they're capable of on both sides of the football. So, and as you mentioned, they've got a lot riding on it because, as you know, these every game counts. The way that the playoff system is set up. So the fact that they've got a lot riding on this game just right now being the 8th seed and who knows, how things will play out on whether they can get into the playoffs or not. So, but again, aside from that, as I mentioned, in the previous segment is that, we've got a lot to take care of on our own. And I think that, the challenges that we have just with it being a short week, obviously getting prepared for their scheme in all three phases presents its own challenges. So, all that being said, I mean, we'll hopefully be ready to go Thursday night.
All right.
Two things, Coach. One, I think having you at the end of the season is going to help Somerset win or lose. I mean, because the strength of schedule and who we are and where we stand in the strength of everything out there, I think that's an asset for them. That helps them. Mm-hmm. Do you agree on that? Or?
Yeah, I just don't know, enough about everything else that's going on in these formulas and the algorithms, because I do know that a lot is dependent on those other teams in their region, and what happens with them and who wins and who loses. We've had just our own deal, and we don't spend a lot of time on it. But now that you get to the end of the season, and then of course after winning last week's game, I spent some time on just trying to predict where it was at, and my predictions were good. It's been a while since I've taught math, but I was able to figure out, where those 8 teams were going to be and how they were going to be figured this week. But just depending on how that goes and what everybody else does, because I think what people don't all the way understand is that it's not only your record, it's the strength of schedule, but it's also your opponent's record and their strength of schedule. So, you start going down and trying to look at all that.
And that's why it leads
crazy.
me to my next question is a lot of people ask, where is Somerset? They said, how did Lenny find them?
Yeah.
And I said, that's a great question.
Great question for the show.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I'll find out for you.
I'm glad you saved it. So there's about 15 Somersets. I don't know if there's exactly 15, but
there's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them. And I got a call this summer, and, we're on the back end of a 2-year contract. So it's not very likely that you're looking for games. It just so happened that we lost a couple games, and their head coach reached out to me, I guess, had a mutual friend or whatever. And I think his son is the guy number one that supposedly he's, one of the top sprinters in the state. And so I think he was really
named Baker.
His last name's Baker, and the coach's name is Baker. So I kind of made that connection, and we'll see if it's accurate or not. But anyway, we've never played him, never even seen him in person. But I knew that we were looking for games. He wanted to travel up here, and that was, music to my ears. And so the weeks matched up. He was looking for a game this week. We had lost a game. We were owed a game from Palm Bay, and they didn't want to continue this year. So because we were looking, we got it locked in, and the timing was right, just because we had a couple others at the time that we were looking for, and I needed to fill that spot. And so that's how it all out. That's sometimes how it goes with scheduling. You're dependent on, somebody else in the equation.
Any particular reason on a Thursday?
The Thursday, we don't have school Friday night. I think Miss Banzoff, our Booster Club president, wanted to go trick or treating, and so we were able to get this done on Thursday night, and then have Friday off for trick or treating.
Oh, very cool. So, as you mentioned, with the playoffs around the corner, you're going to have an open week there. So what's going to be the plan for the Fighting Indians heading forward?
Yeah, so this is unique, right? So the first time, and I think in a long time, that we have the week off after the regular season that nobody in the state is playing. What was put in place, because it reminds me of when you bring your raincoat outside and then it doesn't rain. So the state had planned on, because the last several years we've been, hit with hurricanes and weather games. And so there were games that were canceled and not able to be made up. So the state came up with a system where we would have this week that's coming up to make up for weather games. Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's a bunch of games that need to be made up. There's a couple, but obviously around here we were able to get them all in. And you have until Tuesday the 4th to get those games made up. And they're making these teams make them up. They're not letting them get out of playing. And so in turn, what it does is it gives us this bye week. We won't know the brackets officially until I think it's November 6th is when the selection party is. Mm-hmm. And so we'll get to see officially who we play. I have an idea that we'll be able to figure that out before then, but we'll see. Again, it'll just be speculation because we're counting on those games being played and who wins. And who
Are
loses.
you in favor of this open, or you think let's just go ahead and get into the season? Or
well, I'm in favor of it because that's where we're at. So we might as well take advantage of it. We'll see what we can do and how we can handle it. But I think there's certainly some advantages to it, right? You get through the regular season, because I think just like when the NFL is getting ready for their playoffs, and they have these games at the end of the season, and you'll see guys that don't play their starters, and because the games have no weight on it. Well, in this case, the way our state has it set up is that these games they all count. They're all important, because if you don't take care of business, these rankings, you can, flip-flop and home field advantage and all that's at stake, not just, in the first round, but throughout the state playoffs. So everything counts. That's something that we've tried to impress our players with, that everything does count. So we'll play Thursday night, and then we've kind of planned out this week, the following week, and then that playoff week practice wise. So we got a plan. We'll see if we can execute the plan and put ourselves in the best position to have success.
So I want to make sure I understand this right. So for teams that are trying to get a makeup in next week, they have to play it by Tuesday. Is that correct? Okay.
They do.
So boy, you talk about a short turnaround.
Yes, so there are teams scrambling. I was talking to a guy to another coach this past weekend that they drove from Palm Beach County, had a game in Fort Myers. The transformer blew, so the lights went out. They had to travel back. So they played Friday, had to come back to Palm Beach County, had to go back and play it last night on a Monday night. Because the Tuesday the 4th, the other team had a soccer game scheduled or something crazy. So these games, the state is making us play these scheduled games. So they're sticking to their guns there and not letting teams get out of it. So so I guess these rankings will be based on your full regular season schedule.
Okay. As far as our game on Thursday night, tickets still available for that?
Yes, tickets are still available. We're going to sell those pre-sale tickets from 8 to 10 in the morning at the high school in the administration building. We've got a lot happening Thursday night. We've got youth football night, so we're going to have our youth out there and recognize a couple different leagues. We've got the foundation that's run by Calvin Moment. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's on tickets. I was asked about playoff. What is the situation when the playoff starts?
Yeah, so we'll have That's a good question. Do you want me to finish about Thursday night, or do you
no, go ahead. I don't mind interrupting.
No, you're good at it. So Thursday night we've got the youth football night, and we have faculty appreciation night. So we want to, we've got a lot happening there, and want to close out the regular season the right way there. But we do have regular season tickets still available Wednesday and Thursday at the school. As far as the playoff tickets go, we are going to give our season ticket holders, which is always what everybody wants to know, we're going to give them an opportunity to get their seats and purchase their seats, because unfortunately the season tickets aren't included with playoffs. We can't ever do that because the state has to say so and all that. But we do have, the reserve seating. You're going to have an opportunity to get those seats that you've had all season long, and we'll have the times and the days that we'll make those available, and we'll have plenty of time to do that.
All right, Coach. And I think Wednesday night, are they doing the parade? Is that being okay?
So because we had a few things canceled during homecoming week, we've got the parade Wednesday night, which is tomorrow night already. So we'll have that, and they've got the Powder Puff game, and just making up a couple of the things that we lost during homecoming, and I really applaud the people that are making that happen, our administration, our student government, of course, our booster club, and everybody that's making all those things happen. Because, I've been doing this a long time. I've had my own kids. Their homecomings were during COVID, and, different things that happened and interrupted. So the fact that we're able to, give these kids an opportunity to experience the things that make memories in high school, I think is pretty awesome.
Absolutely is. All right. Well, wish you the best of luck on Thursday night, Coach, and look forward to hanging out with you again next week through our bye week or so. All right. We got Coach Jankowski. We got our most valuable interrupter, Gary Parrish, with us. So appreciate you as always. Thursday night game, kickoff 7 p.m. Our coverage begins at 6 p.m. with Countdown to Kickoff presented by Cabs Pizza. Thanks for joining us. As always, go Indians.
Thanks for watching the Coach's Corner, presented by Caps Pizza and Pub.